tell his part of it. And he'll deflect. That's exactly what it is. He'll deflect. And I mean, again, like, I get it. He's in a defensive mode. But I don't like that he's going to use this situation against me, because it's just.
What situation? Iyanna, what situation are you talking about, baby?
Oh my God.
What situation is he going to use against you, baby?
When we first got married,
Uh-huh.
I went out with some women I had just met, but I felt, and see, once again, I relinquished trust way too quickly, but I felt like I thought every woman lived by, like, girl code. Like, if you come together, you leave together. If you go to the bathroom, you make sure that they're safe. But these women didn't live by that exact code. And we were all drinking, and I sometimes, and this is why I don't drink. This is why I don't like to drink often, because I know sometimes I have a hard time, like, understanding, like, okay, now is when you stop. And I learned this in college. It was bad. I used to black out all the time, I thought it was normal because I used to do it so often. People were like, "I know that's not normal," and I'm like, "What?" And that's when I just learned to stop drinking. But we were out, and I was really just keeping up with everybody else. Everybody else was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to drink." I'm like, "Oh yeah, give me one too." And I blacked out. And within an hour, I was at a random bar with some random guy, and I came to. And I remember yelling at this man, "No, I'm married." But I remember him just following me around a lot. And at around like 2:30 in the morning, Jared gets off of work, and he's like, "Iyanna, I'm coming to pick you up." And I made sure I actually looked at these text messages yesterday, because I was downward spiraling. And he's like, "Iyanna, I'm coming to get you." And I was like, okay. But I remember trying to send him my location, but I ended up sending him his contact information. And that's just like how drunk I was. But when he came to get me, this guy had the nerve to say, like, "Oh no, bro, she's good." And I'm surprised Jared didn't punch him in the face then. But Jared was like, "All right, we got to go." And at this point, I'm belligerently drunk. Like, belligerently drunk. And I remember saying, "Oh, wasn't it nice that guy was checking on me?" And Jared looked at me like, "I don't know if you don't shut the fuck up." And then I was like, "Oh, I need to check on the girls." And then he got even more upset with me. He was like, "Why are you checking on these women who aren't checking on you?" And then I blacked out again. But the next morning I woke up, and the shower curtain was broken because apparently I had fallen into the tub. Like, it was just a hot ass mess. And Jared was like, "Iyanna, you don't know what was happening with you and this guy." And I was like, "No, nothing happened. Like, I know nothing happened." Because I remember pushing him off, saying, "No, I'm married." And I remember telling him, like, I'm also concerned about my behavior too. I never want to repeat, and I never repeated it again. But I was like, I never want to repeat that again. But I realized in retrospect, me expressing how concerned I also was made him feel like he
Something's mad going on.
well, not even that. He felt invalidated, and like I shut him down. And
Oh.
but the weird part is, I went and I looked back at our text messages, and he texted me saying, like, "I just need last night to never happen again." And I remember in the text message, I saw it, and I said, "That will never happen again. I promise you, this is not a repeated behavior. That was a one-time incident. I will never drink that much again. I'm a tiny person. I have to just be honest about that." And then he sent me a kissy face. But then he didn't bring it up again until a year later, when I asked for a divorce. And we were I asked my therapist for a couple more sessions, and I said, "I just want to make sure, like, we have some closing out sessions, make sure we're coping well, making sure, everything's good." And that's when he decided to bring it up. And I was very confused. And I was like, "Why are you bringing this up a year later?" He was like, "Well, you shut me down. I never want to talk about it again." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Well, I apologize. Like, I never want that. Like, I don't want you to feel like I shut you down like that. That's not okay." So I know he's probably going to talk about that. But again, I still feel bad for that situation, because I know that must have freaked him out. And it was the beginning of our marriage. I don't know. Look, I don't know.